Hello, welcome. Well, September just disappeared in a flash. Where did that go? Last time we spoke, at the beginning of September, I was up here with my flax by Tin Can Knits, and now I have finished. So this is Drops Nord for the ribbon, which is, I have done the DK version, so I held together 2 strands of the Drops Nord, the 4-ply, for the neckband. Then I joined 1 strand of this, 1 strand of the Yarn Smith's merino sock 4-ply, and just held 1 strand of each for the main part. I didn't do any garter on the sleeve. I didn't think it needed that. I did longer cuffs, and then I did a longer length than's in the pattern as well because I like it long, and just a longer cuff band at the bottom as well, and I love it. I really love the fabric that those 2 yarns make together. I think it's going to be really warm, and yeah, it just feels so soft and snuggly. I did also do extra decreases on the sleeves because I wasn't sure about how much yarn I needed, so I thought I'll go a bit thinner on the sleeves to save some yarn, but in the end I had plenty, so I went just a few more decreases because I do tend to be a bit slimmer on that part of the arm, so I thought I could get away with it. What I did notice, and what I would bear in mind in the future if I did something like this, is when I changed from the different colours to the 1 colour, I just changed and started doing the rib in the 1 colour. What I did at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but I did just a plain knit round of the plain colour first before going into the rib, so you can probably see, can you see on here, you might be able to see it goes into the rib a bit, whereas this is much straighter, sharper line, so it doesn't bother me because you're really not going to notice. You'll notice now because I just told you. But I think because now I realise the difference that makes, that is something I would do, just because it doesn't make it any harder and it just gives that cleaner line. So yeah, that's something I would have changed if I'd realised before. But apart from that, I'm really happy with the fit. As I say, there's lots of stretch in it, and it just, yeah, it's just a nice fit, and just really happy. I should do a twirl. It's very plain, so the back's just the same as the front. But yes, that is my flax, finally finished, and I'm really happy with it, and I'll definitely think about using those 2 yarns again because they work really well, and obviously they're really affordable, so which is another plus point. And they both should be able to, yes, I'm going to say they do in my washing machine. Because I've used both yarns separately. I know the Drops Nord will go in the wool cycle of the washing machine, and I've also the merino sock from Yarn Smith's, I've also put that on the wool wash with the socks I knit with that, and they came out fine. So this should be able to go in the washing machine, which is good because it means that it's not just going to be at the end bottom of the laundry basket when I need to wash it, and it would just get put in with all the socks and everything. So yes, that is the first knitting project that I did in the holidays. The second one is the one I took on holiday. So I'm just gonna sit down and look at that one. We had a lovely week in Turkey, so I wanted to take small projects. So I just wanted a small little bag. I didn't fancy doing socks, so I thought, what about doing some little fingerless mitts to start thinking about a gift knit box. Just do some little items to put in a box for Christmas. Not something I usually do. I'm a very selfish knitter and I'm not apologising for it. So I've made some. These are called soccer mitts and they are by Erica Laueder. They're 4-ply socks. I'm sorry, I've still got all my ends and everything. They're 4-ply yarn. I'm sure this is from Rose's Knitting Shed because it's a one that I made it into a project, didn't use. I'm sure, was it a little shawl? I can't remember now, but I wasn't using it. I thought it wasn't really my colours around my face, so I didn't use it as much as I could have done, but I love the yarn. And so I rewound it and for something else, repurposed, and I love it in this. So as you see, it's all blues, purpley blues, and some pinks in there. So it's just a simple 1x1 rib, and then you've got the thumb increases, start there. And if I show you the other one that's in progress, it's a very simple, nice pattern. Ideal for the holiday because they're only small. It's just like taking a sock, isn't it? In fact, I'm using my 9-inch circulars that I use for my socks. So this is how I'm knitting them. So I've got my circular in there, and then I've increased for the thumb, put that on waste yarn. Unfortunately, because I didn't think to take any different yarn, it's the same colour yarn. And then you just carry on with this. I'm just on the rib now, and then I shall pick these up with DPNs and just do a little thumb part on there. So yes, I'm nearly finished these. It's not going to take me long to do that one, so I need to just finish them. But will I put them in a gift box or will I just keep them for myself? But yeah, really like those, and I've made these in different yarn before and really like how they feel. So they're 4-ply, so they're just a sock weight, so they're nice and light, but they still make a difference in the warmth of my hands. So that was my socks. It wasn't my socks, it was my mitts. I also on holiday took a crochet blanket. Yes, I know. Who doesn't take a crochet blanket to do on holiday in Turkey in the sun? But it was small when I took it. So I just did, I think I only lasted a day or so of taking this out and about with me. And then it was just a project I did sort of late afternoon when we went back to the room, and I'd sit on the balcony and do some of this in the shade. And I really love it. So this is just a simple granny square, and I'm just using yarns in stash. Really loving the colours. Originally I wanted it to be like in the car, but I'm thinking these colours will look really nice in my living room because our sofa is like the dark red colour. So yeah, these colours definitely make me happy. So it's just a treble, UK treble. I'm not a crocheter, but I do enjoy doing a blanket. So yeah, I'm not doing them in any particular order. I haven't got a lot of different colours, but I'm just adding to, as I finish things, then I shall add to it to introduce more colours. But I do like the colours that it is at the moment. So yeah, long way to go on that, but it's just a nice relaxing project. And I have been picking it up a lot since we got home in the evenings just to do some on that. It's very comforting, nice project to do because I am working again. I started in my new job at the beginning of September. So yeah, I have early starts, which has been taking some getting used to, but it's really nice because I'm finishing at lunchtime, but then I have had quite a lot of online training to do at home in the afternoons, hence why I haven't felt the true benefit of having the afternoons yet, but I will do it now I've caught up with all the training. So I didn't take any cross stitch with me on holiday. I don't know why, I wasn't feeling the cross stitch then, but of course, because I didn't take any with me on holiday, as soon as I got home, I wanted to do cross stitch. So I'm not up to date with my Tarot for Stitchers by the Tint Modernist, but I am enjoying it and I'm chipping away because we've just had another 2 coming out for October, and I did Temperance down there with the teapot. That was September's, so I really like that one. And then the next one I've got to do just to finish off that line is the frog. So I'll put that one here. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, yeah, because I thought what tarot card is the frog then? Because you haven't got a frog in the tarot. And then I realised it's the death card, isn't it? So it's ripping back. New beginnings. That's what the death cards is. Doesn't always, something's finishing, it's an ending. Yeah, and something's starting. So yeah, just looking forward to doing the frog because I think he's really cute. But yeah, loving how this is. I've only got one more row to go under this and then I'll be finished. So what's that? 1, 2, 3 months to do. Oh yeah, this has been real fun and I've liked every single one of the little squares, which is good since it's a year-long, well, 11-month stitch along. So yeah, just really enjoyed that. It's really fun to do. They don't take too long, she says, and she's still behind. Hasn't stitched anything else. So yeah, that's what I've been stitching. That's what I'm going to carry on stitching because I'm trying to keep projects down low, to keep them, just keep life simple and just enjoy what I'm working on at the time and not keep adding to it and have different ones. So I want to finish off those mitts for my knitting before I go on to something else. I have got an idea of what sweater I like to do. There's a sweater that I really like, so I think I'm going to be ordering some yarn to make that next after the mitts are finished. The crochet blanket is just an ongoing thing that's just sitting downstairs whenever I want to pick it up, and I've got an idea of a new cross stitch that I want to start, and so that is in planning, but I want to get up to date with those ones first and catch up with those because it is, what ones did we have this time? I can't remember. I only looked at it yesterday and I already can't remember. So yeah, I've got 3 of those cards to do before I start something else, but I've already found my fabric that I'm going to use for the new one. I've just got to pull threads and see how many threads. I would like to use my stash, what I've got in the boxes for that, and I think I should be able to do it because it's, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's very natural, very country and autumnal. So yeah, you can see that next time. So the only other thing that I have been doing is I have read some books and I've really enjoyed my books that I was reading, and so I thought I would share them with you. So the first one that I read on holiday, and this was from the library because I wanted a physical book. I have got more into reading ebooks, but because the glare and I find it easier to read in the sunshine with an actual physical book. So I took along a library book and it was Death in Avignon. I hope I'm saying it right, French Avignon. And it's by Serena Kent. I'm not highly recommending this book. I enjoyed it, but part of the reason I enjoyed it because we have been to Avignon, and so it did conjure up all those memories of when we were there. It is a cosy mystery, so it's a nice sort of light-hearted. There was a lot going on. It's in like an artist. It's about painters, and lady was like trying to find out who was doing the murders, and yeah. So I enjoyed it, but I only gave it 3 stars because it just didn't have that little extra that I was hoping from it. But I did finish it and I did enjoy it, and I was happy to pick it up every day just to read some of it. So yes, so that is one. And then the other 2 are both 5 stars. These ones that I really enjoyed. And something that I didn't know what to expect from is it's called Marple, and it's 12 new stories. So it's the character Miss Marple from Agatha Christie, but it's a new, well, I don't know when it came out. In the past few years it's come out, and it's 12 different writers have all done a short story for Miss Marple, and so I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it, because I'm not really a short story person. I prefer a longer story so you get more involved. But I was listening to it. I borrowed this on BorrowBox, the library app, so I was just listening to it while I was doing my crafts, and I really loved every single one. Obviously there's some I loved a bit more, that were a bit more Agatha Christie-esque, and there's some that wasn't so, and they also had different times. So you had some that were more early Marple, and then you had at least one that was like 1960s, I think. So yeah, completely different stories, different places. We had New York, we had, was it Paris? And so yeah, all completely different stories, but all really good. So I gave that 5 stars overall, but the ones I didn't enjoy as much would have just been a 4-star anyway, because they were still brilliant and I love them, and I hope that there's more like that, because yeah, brilliant. The other one I read on BorrowBox was Storm Sister, and this is from the Seven Sisters range series by Lucinda Riley. And if you've not heard of that, there was a gentleman on an island. Gentleman adopted 7 sisters, and they all grew up on an island, and they had like a nanny and everything. And so they didn't know, none of them were related. They were just adopted from different places in the world at different times. And Papa Salt is what they called their adopted father. And when he died, he left clues to where they were from in the world, so they could trace their sort of family, their birth family. And so each book is of each sister, of her journey to find where she is originally from. And so you got a dual timeline of her journey into different places, and then you've also got the story of her family. And the 2 that I've read, because this is the 2nd book I've read, the 2 I've read have both had a bit of history to it, of a historic event in time. And so I'm interested in history, and I like learning about history, but in a fiction way. So you learn things without realising you're learning them, if it makes any sense. So I've really enjoyed the format of the book, and I know it is a very popular range, and it's really good that on BorrowBox they've got all of the books. So I'm working my way through. So it's another 5-star read, and I've already got the next one lined up to read that one. So what's that? The Shadow Sister is the next one. So I should be carrying on with that one as well, because they're just a joy to read. I love them. They're quite big books. There's a lot in them, but I think that's part of the enjoyment, because you really get into the story and the history of where they're from. So yeah, those are my 3 books that I have been reading. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe if you'd like to catch the next video when I show you the new projects that I've started. I haven't got a regular date that I upload, it's just when I've got something that I think you'll be interested to see. And so I hope you had a lovely September, and I shall see you again through October, because I work in a school now, so I get school holidays, yes. See you soon, take care.